ABWN viewers, welcome to the show Youth Power. In the past 3 episodes, we had some Persian youth in Perth with us. And this episode is a very particular one. We are gonna interview a non-Persian person who is gonna introduce himself to you. And today in the show Youth Power, in June 2017, we are with Vaughn Royer. Welcome to the show, Vaughn.
Thank you, Mobin, and welcome to the show, guys. Great to be on here, and I'm excited to actually crank on into this interview and see what sort of value I can bring to the young go-getters of Australia and of the world, I should say. So let's get into it, my man. Let's get into it.
Sure. Vaughn, as you know, like most our viewers are Iranian people, mainly in Australia. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thousands of Iranian people in Australia watch our shows mainly through Facebook. And thank you for joining us. So could you please tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, where are you from? Where were you born? And just give us a little bit of background about your about your background and where you were born.
Awesome, perfect. I'll get into that. So I was born in a place called Montville, which is in Queensland in Australia. I grew up there with my mother. I lived with my mother until I was about 16 years old, so single mother raising a couple of kids. I'm one of 6 kids, so wasn't in a very beneficial state money-wise. So always fended for myself. You know, from the age of 10, my mother was sort of like, "All right, cool. You have to figure your own way around life and figure your own way of how to really get money. If you want anything more than food and shelter,
sure.
You've got to work for it." So I got into it. Went to public schools. Didn't really have a lot, so had to make everything I had, really work for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I saw a photo on your Facebook a few weeks ago, and it pretty much showed your journey with 2 photos, and I will like the viewers and right now will see this photo because I'm gonna edit this into the video. And in that photo it had 2 images of you. One of them was working as I think you were doing some labor work, and the other one was you as a successful owner of a important company or CEO of an important company. So could you please tell us a bit about your journey to success and how and from what age did you start this journey and how did you get to where you are now?
Yeah, awesome. So yes, that is a great photo of me. I actually got a lot of negative feedback from that photo. A lot of people didn't like the fact that I was in a suit. However, it really showed the people who didn't want to support me. It really brought out their true colours. So it was a great demonstration. However, what it was actually a very empowering photo, just saying to people, hey, look, you can be from a construction background. Doesn't matter what background you come from. If you want to start a business, you can. You've just got to develop the work ethic and skills needed. And it was about me coming from a construction and labouring background, and then moving up the ranks in that area, and then starting my own business in actually a different field. So I was just showing people that you can do it.
Sure, excellent. By the way, I just mentioned to the viewers, the reason I keep moving my head to the left is because I can actually see Vaughn on our little iPad monitor on the left. So that's why sometimes I try to look at him and sometimes I try to look at the camera. And then Vaughn, I understand that, photos can give people like the wrong impression. Like, for example, some of the stuff I do about a charity on my online Facebook page, some people get the wrong idea and they think that I'm promoting myself or, I'm trying to tell people that I'm a good person doing this. But, people always make their own judgments. And I think the best way is to just do what you want to do and don't pay attention to people who give you negative feedback. That's what I do anyway. So how did that journey start? How did you get to a construction worker to like such a successful businessman, and then tell us a little bit about your business and what it does.
Sure. So, construction-wise, I started off in a mechanic shop, and then I moved into a different career pathway in oil and gas, and then I built up my career in oil and gas. And then basically what I did is I just had to jump. I knew that oil and gas, I found myself all right, I'll paint the picture for you. I found myself in a situation where I was earning good money. However, I looked around me, I looked at the people around me, I looked at their families and what their life was like. And they've been earning what we call in Australia, good money for 10, 20, 30 years. However, these guys were on their second, or guys and girls, on their second or third marriage. They'd been, most of them were quite unhappy, and their kids weren't, that they didn't have much involvement in their kids' lives. And I thought to myself, man, do I really want to do this for 20 or 30 years to end up in the same position as most people are? Because we were always away, because we were always working, 12 to, 16 hours a day, working 28 days straight and 7 days off. It sometimes leaves you in a position where, the people who love you around you start feeling like they're not as important in your life because you're always away for work. And then it sort of leaves you in a position where, sometimes they leave, sometimes relationships break up. It's very hard when somebody's not around, and you can't be there if somebody dies. You can't be there if, somebody's having an illness. When you're working, and you're out in the middle of nowhere with no reception or service, so you don't know what's happening at home. So I went, hey, look, I can either end up in this position, and hey, I probably will end up with great finances in 20 or 30 years. However, how important is my family? How important is the future family that I'll have? Because I eventually want kids. I eventually want these things. I'm only 23 years old now. However, I think about the future, think about what I want in life. And then, happiness. Is this the happiness that I want? And is this the health and lifestyle that I desire? And I said to myself, no, it isn't. So after I said to myself, no, it isn't, I really had to reflect on it. It took me some months before I ended up saying no and just pulled the pin on the job and said, no, sorry, I'm not coming back. And then it was a struggle, starting. I've got two different businesses, starting and just people being like, hey, look, you're a construction worker. You're not supposed to be in business, or you're not supposed to be doing this, or you're not supposed to be doing that. So, I had a lot of challenges. My family was very against what I did. My friends around me, because they weren't of the business background, they were like, you're an idiot. What are you doing? You have a good paying job, blah, 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 blah. But I was like, well, what? I don't mind how good paying the job is. What sort of cost is it on your health, your wealth, your love, and your happiness in life? Yes, you can. There's nothing that's of equal balance throughout life. You're always going to have ebbs and flows. There's always going to be times where you're earning more money but spending less time with the family, and you have those winters like that. However, when you're working towards your dreams and what you want, when you will endure that, so then you can take the holiday and spend the time with the family. So then you can go and do the nice things that you'd like to do with your family. Yeah. So there's always ebbs and flows. However, I was in the situation where it was just straight work, and really no family time, really no time to do the things that I wanted to do. So I jumped, and then I've just been building two businesses since then. And did you want me to touch on both of them?
Yeah, just to take a break, we'll go and watch one of Vaughn's videos, because Vaughn sometimes puts some inspiring videos on Facebook, and he tries to encourage other youth to also fight for their achievements and really lead the path to success. So we'll watch one of Vaughn's videos about, you know, his ideas about business and success and everything. And then we'll be back and we'll continue the interview with Vaughn.
Hey there, it's Vaughn Royer here, and today what I want to talk about is what motivates people in small to medium-sized businesses and what makes them action. So I'm just making this video about how I bought my first house when I was 20. So, is this some sales video? No. Is this some bullshit? No, it isn't. Straight talk. I'm going to tell you how I did it and the mistakes that I made, basically. So, start from the start, alright? I started working when I was 10, worked for my mum, just cleaning gardens and whatnot, and then when I was 13, 14, started working for somebody else, found a job in the paper, went and did that job, ended up working for a war veteran who had multiple...
Hello ABWN viewers, we are back, and right now I'm gonna ask Vaughn about his businesses and what his businesses do and what year and how did it come about and what are like the services that his two businesses offer. So welcome back to the show, Vaughn.
Thank you.
So just tell us a little bit about your two businesses.
Awesome. So business number one is in telecommunications. So what we do is basically we offer people discounts on their mobile phone bills, their electricity, their internet, and their gas. So it's called essential services. So we offer discounts on different services, and that business runs on monthly billing. And then the other business is social media and digital marketing. So we do run social media accounts for different businesses. So we'll run their Instagrams, we'll run their Facebooks. We also do web development. So we do a lot of mobile optimized. So at the moment in that business, what we're doing a lot of is mobile optimized websites, because nowadays over 70% of web traffic is from mobile, and with over 53% of internet users clicking off websites that take over 3 seconds to load, the most important things are now when promoting your business and your website is to have a very fast and efficient website. So we help businesses make fast and efficient websites. We also do all the social media promotion, so the ads as well, and then show them how to correctly articulate their message and really get out there, just like we're doing right now, getting out on social media, talking to other business owners, other successful people, and building not only their business brand, but their personal brand as well.
Yeah. So as we are talking, people can see your websites and your Facebook page underneath the screen, so they can contact you. You know, you have a Facebook, and so they can contact you, and you're located in, is it Brisbane?
Brisbane, yeah.
In
I'm
Brisbane.
located in Toowong, which is in Brisbane, Australia.
Right, cool. And so Vaughn, in the last minute, because I know that is, would you mind telling us how big is your business, like in terms of how can I say, like financially, how big is it? You know, like.
At this point, I can't say. Well, it's actually the end of financial year coming up, so I can't say what our revenue is this year.
Yeah.
However, scale-wise, we have a bunch of different clients in different industries, like physio, like business coaching, like different mobile services. We also have engineering firms, etc., all on the payroll, basically. So, you know, we've got stuff cranking. We've got multiple employees. That's on the social media side. The other mobile phone distribution, that's mainly me who runs all of that.
Sure. And would you mind telling us how many employees do you have? How many employees do you have?
Three. We've got 3 employees. We've got 2 guys doing websites and then photographer as well. Cool.
And finally, I was going to ask you, because I know that your organization and your business does some charity work as well. And, you know, especially right now that there is a crisis in South Sudan, and, you know, all these UNICEF and other organizations are advertising for that. So could you please tell us a little bit about, because I know that you have done some charity work in the past. And so could you please tell us a little bit about your charity work in the past?
Yeah, so what I've done in the past is I'll normally donate to, at Christmas time, I'll usually do a big buy with UNICEF, or any other, any other charity which I see fit. Usually I'll look into what their cause is and what they're doing, and then I will give away a chunk of money at usually Christmas or New Year's time over the festive season.
There was a lot more I was going to ask from you, but unfortunately the time is up. And thank you so much, Vaughn, for joining us. Is there anything you would like to tell the especially the Persian community in Australia in the final minute of the show?
I would say being a Persian in Australia is an advantage. Why? Because your parents, your grandparents, you yourself, you have the work ethic, you understand what it takes. A lot of people, Australians and Western society, we're brought up in a very comfortable living state. So we don't usually have to put that much work in. So, when you have that work ethic, take it as a blessing, not something to hinder you.
All right, thank you so much, all of you, for watching the show, and we hope that you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more videos of Vaughn, just go to his Facebook or YouTube page. Thank you, and see you next time.
See you guys. Thank you.